welcome back to my channel. My name's Audrey, I'm 20 years old and I am on the autistic spectrum. So before I get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss one of my lovely videos. So let's get on with this video. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to give y'all a little service dog training update. So Rosie has officially started service dog training. So I'm going to give you guys a quick update about how we're doing, what are kind of the rules, what we're going to be doing to get her to where we are. I have, on my iPad, I have the basic requirements by the ADA. I have the public access stuff pulled up, and then I also have one more thing that we are going to do pulled up. So let's get started. So Rosie has officially started service dog training. A week or so ago, I met with my trainer. We talked and made a plan. So if you watched my first service dog training update where I said that we are going to have to find another trainer. I don't know if I said this before, but we ended up deciding that we can work together and make this work. And if she needs to bring in some advice of another trainer, she can. But we are doing pretty well, and I put the work in. She has the research. I have the research also available to me. So we're going to try to do this ourselves. And if we need someone who's done service dog training for years to come in and advise us, we can have that. So here are a few things that service dogs are required to have. Service dogs are required to have 3 tasks to be a service dog. So that is the minimum requirement. They also have to pass a public access test. So let me guys go over the basic schooling. So the amount of schooling that these dogs will need is 120 hours of training and 30 hours of public access training. And these dogs will need obedience training. Basically, they'll need a master basic sit, stay, come, down, heel, a drop leash recall, and a verbal response to commands and hand signals. Manners. Dogs are required to have proper skills at minimum. No aggressive behaviors towards other people. No biting, snapping, growling, or lunging, barking at them while working off property. No soliciting to food, petting while on duty. No sniffing merchandise, intruding other dogs' space while on duty. Socialization. To tolerate strangers, sights, sounds, odors while varied of public sit. Ignores food on the floor, dropped dogs various of while working outside. Works calmly on a leash. No unruly behavior or unnecessary vocalization on public settings. No urinating or defending unless giving a specific command to toilet an appropriate place. So those are the public access requirements. So Rosie has a good sit. She does not have a good stay. She has a fairly good come. We are going to really hear, something about training. There's something called shaping. So Rosie will naturally offer a heel on walks. So what I'm going to be doing is, for example, with the heel, I'm just going to be rewarding that behavior when she does going in on walks in public settings, and hopefully eventually getting it on a cue. Rosie for down. Rosie, we think has some pain that which is affecting her down, so she really doesn't enjoy any of that. She goes back to the veterinary behaviorist in July, which we are going to do a full body x-ray on her while she's there. And they're going to look for pain medication if needed and possible treatment to treat that pain and help resolve it. And then we are going to work on those sits and downs and stuff like that. A dropped leash for her to stay and recall. I really don't see there being a problem. No soliciting food or petting. I don't think petting will really be a problem. I definitely do think, there's that one in person that actually goes up and just starts petting, which we'll need to work on. Just having some desensitization to random people petting her, but no one should be petting her, so I don't really see that being a problem. No sniffing of merchandise is really going to be hard, but that's something that we can work on. Socialization, tolerance of sounds, odors, all that kind of stuff. I think that is something that is going to be worked on with time. We're going to do a lot of public access training. Ignores food. That is going to be something that is challenging for her. She has started to work on Leave It, so we are starting that. I don't really see her going to the bathroom in public. She does have a problem with going to the bathroom in pet stores, but I really think it has to do with all the smells of all the other animals and maybe not going to the bathroom as soon as right before we go. So that is just something we can work on. And we have like a bunch of reactivity to work on to get her there. So that will be something we work on. Her big thing is she's pretty much able to work through anything except her fear of the golf cart, which we are going to work on in our next session with my trainer. So the dog must be trained to perform disability related tasks. Dogs must be individually trained to perform identified tasks, commands, or cues to benefit the disabled human or partner. This includes alerting, sounds, medical problems, certain scents like peanuts, situations, and training involved. Okay, let's go to the next thing. For the definition of class, blah, 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 prohibitive. Training that arouses pride, fear, and aggressive. So basically, it is prohibitive for dogs to have aggressive behaviors, basically. Next, trainer's responsibility. The disability knows the permanent canine laws, access laws, blah, blah, blah. The 100 and 200 hours of schooling, and that includes homeworks in between sessions, obedience classes, lessons from experienced dog training, eligibility certifications supporting the blah, blah, blah. And this must be over a 6 months period. Okay, and to help with all this stuff, what Rosie is going to do, let me go on to this. We're going to also work on the canine good citizens. I will link, so the previous recipe I'll link this website down below if you're interested. This is the IAADP.org. So this is basically the public access, and this is AKC.org, and this is the basically the canine good citizens test. So this will basically help her. So this test basically makes her a good canine citizen, not that she so this basically is a test that will help her get to where she needs. It's just going to be a better way. It's like a next step before getting public access. So the thing that she will need. Test 1. Accept friendly stranger. This test demonstrates that dog will allow a stranger to approach. It speaks to the handler in a natural, everyday situation. The evaluator wakes up dog and handler, greets handler in a friendly manner. Ignore the dog. The evaluator handler shakes hand, exchanges pleasantries. The dog most signed. No resentment or shyness. That's test 2. Sitting politely for petting. This test demonstrates that dog will allow a friendly stranger to touch while it is out with the hand. With the dog sitting at the handler's side, beginning the exercise, the evaluator must pet the dog on the head and body. The handler may talk to his or her dog throughout the exercise. This stand in place. This is petted. Dog must not show any shyness or resistment. Test 3, appearance and groomness, basically a well-groomed dog. 4, this is basically the test and appearance of, this is really a veterinary friend, owner, concern of sense of, this basically is saying is your dog well. Test 4, out for a walk, basically a loose lead. This test demonstrates the handler control of the dog. The dog may be the other side of the handler. The dog's position may leave no doubt that the dog attentive to the handler. Responding to the handler's movement, changing the direction. This dog is not perfectly aligned with handler. Need to not sit when the handler stops. Basically, good loose leash. Walking through a crowd. This test is that a dog can move politely through produces traffic control in public places. So basically being able to stop at stoplights, that basically just having good public manners. Coming when called, basically having a good coming. This test will have the handler walk away from 10 feet during the turn the dog to call. Basically have the dog sit or stay 10 feet away and then have a recall. Test 9, reaction to another dog. This will be hard for Rosie. This is another reason that we will be doing this. This test, the dog can politely be around other dogs. 2 handlers, their dogs will approach each other at a distance, about 20 feet, stop, shake hands, extend pleasantry, continue on for about 10 feet. This dog must show no casual interest in the other dog. Neither dog should go to the other dog, its handler. Test 9, reaction to distraction. This test demonstrates dogs is confident in all times faced with any common distractions. Basically distracting the dog, dropping things, crunch, just basically different sounds, making sure the dog is confident. Test 10. Test 9. Test 10. Supervised separation. This dog can be left with a trusted person if necessary will maintain good manners. The evaluator will say something like, would you like me to watch your dog? Take the hold of the dog's leash while the owner will go out of sight for 3 minutes. The dog does not have to stay in a position, but should not bark, whine, or pace, or show any other mild expression to nervous. The evaluator may talk to the dog, but does not engage in inclusive petting, or management, attempting that it's all right. So basically, that is another things that we are going to do. So we are going to work through all this stuff, work through the public access, also get her good canine good citizen, which will be something I'm hoping to do mid. But this is just going to be another way to really set her up to success, to be able to be around other dogs. It's just a helpful thing for her to have. That's kind of what we are going to be working on. So I'm going to now go over a plan. Now that you have all the information, I'm hoping we're already at 14 minutes, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to shorten this. So how are we going to get there? So our goal is to at least have her be able to behave and do public access stuff in a year. That is our goal. We will work through all these sits, all these training, public access requirements, her 3 tasks, and slowly do it over the year. And the goal is to have her trained enough to be in public, may not be able to take the public access test, but will be able to practice in public really well. Hopefully, maybe test the test, but I'm just going for her to be really well and doing really well in public. So what are her 3 tasks? So if you are new, her first task, which is already taught, deep pressure therapy. So she is 5 pounds, so she is over there taking a nap. She's kind of tired today, so I'm letting her take a nap. So basically where she'll lay down knee and do deep pressure. Her second cue will be allowing her to get me out of a crowded environment, basically get me out of a store, restaurant if I'm overwhelmed, for her to be able to guide me out of said environment. That is task number 2. Task number 3 will be an anxiety alert. So I will do different types of alerts. I'm thinking if, for example, sometimes I dissociate, so that is going to be the main thing. And really just so if I'm like, hey mom, I'm here, just petting, hey, like, mom, I'm here, it's okay. That's kind of the goal. A few, if I'm singing, pacing, different types of anxiety for her to alert, so we can do the necessary things to calm me back down. So that is the update. I am really excited. We are getting to work. We are doing really well, and it's all super duper exciting. You guys will continue to follow our journey on Rosie becoming a full-fledged service dog. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss one of my lovely videos. Bye guys. I will see you guys next week.